Please enable the CC button to read English subtitles. From the front page of the ECL portal you have access to all the ECL controllers registered to your account. When an ECL controller is selected, the flow diagram for that application is shown. It includes all sensors, pumps, and valves supported by that application. In the installation used for demonstration, only a couple of sensors are connected to the ECL controller. If a sensor is not connected, then no value is shown. Otherwise, the actual value is shown. The reference value set in the ECL controller is shown in parentheses. Status of pumps is indicated by colors. Green means it is on, red means it is off. The comfort mode and status of the valves are also indicated on the flow diagram. From the ECL menu you can select to see the flow diagram for the selected ECL controller. The Live ECL feature allows you to view the display of the ECL controller and navigate the menus by using the buttons. In this way you can support a user who needs remote assistance to operate the ECL controller, or you can adjust some of the parameters of the ECL controller which is not accessible otherwise. The log feature lets you access the logged sensor and heat meter values. The data can be exported in popular file formats for further analysis or presentation in spreadsheet software or imported into billing software. Sensor values are logged each 15 minutes. Heat meter values are logged each hour. The user administration feature is used for administrating who to grant access to the ECL controller and what access level to assign to the user. Some users can be granted read-only access while another user can be granted administrator access. To register a new ECL controller to your user account, please use the Register New ECL feature in the bottom of the menu. One of the main features of the ECL portal is its ability to remote control the parameters of the ECL controller. This feature is available from the Settings menu. The available items in the Settings menu automatically adapts to the application key in the ECL controller. In this demonstration example, the application key supports two circuits. Circuit 1 is for heating and Circuit 2 is for domestic hot water. The Settings menu provides access to all the main parameters of Circuit 1. When a menu item is selected, a window will open, showing the actual values of the parameters, minimum and maximum limits, and lets you edit the parameters. If you need more information about the parameters, please consult the installation guide for the application key in use. Press Save to save the new settings of the parameters and close the window. If the application key supports alarms, then you will be able to set the alarm conditions in the Alarm menu. The same principles apply to the Circuit 2 menus. In the bottom of the Settings menu you have access to some common parameters like time and date, holiday programs and override functions. With the override functions you are able to override the automatic control of pumps and valves and force them into specific states. It may be useful in case you need to react to alarms. Another valuable feature of the ECL portal is the graphs, which are available in the graph menu. All logged sensor values can be shown in a graph to see the values as a function of time. Each sensor has a unique colored line and uses the y-axis on either the left or right side of the graph. The dotted lines show the reference values. You can, as an example, thereby compare the actual room temperature to the reference value by clicking on the graph, or by clicking the buttons in the right-hand area. You are able to position the cursor to see the sensor and reference values at a specific point of time. These values are shown below the graph. The values are updated each minute. To see historical data, please use the buttons in the left-hand area to go back or forward one day. If you need to see a more detailed graph of sensor values, please use the service log graph. The service log graph shows the sensor values with an interval of 10 seconds. This is useful during commissioning of heating installations and for optimization and service of heating installations. Finally, we would like to highlight the alarm features of the ECL portal, which are accessible in the Alarms menu. From here you are able to create new limits for sensor values. If the selected sensor exceeds the limit, then the ECL portal will send an email to the selected recipient. For example, we can create a limit for the outdoor sensor value to make the ECL portal send an alarm email when the temperature goes below 5 degrees Celsius. If an alarm is generated, then it will also be shown on the screen when you log on to the ECL portal. You are always able to see a list of all limits defined by clicking on the Show Limits item in the menu. And as you see, you are able to administrate limits not only for the sensors monitored by the ECL portal but also for the internal alarms in the ECL controller.